Hey sports fans, Kris here across the line, New Brunswick's favorite sports talk show. And we're going to be talking Canada Games. A little feature on New Brunswick athletes competing, representing the province here in Prince Edward Island for the 2023 Canada Games. Let's check it out. All right, sports fans, highlighting Canada Games 2023 here, Team New Brunswick over on Prince Edward Island representing the great province of New Brunswick. And here to tell us all about it, we're going to speak with Nicole Smith, the chef de mission, representing the New Brunswick athletes here at the 2023 Canada Games. Nicole, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
Hey, doing pretty good. Appreciate taking some time here for us at the Canada Games. You look warm and bundled up and looking sharp in that jacket.
Oh, thank you. We're getting lots of great compliments.
Well, good. Wanted to ask you a little bit. I guess, like you said, you're there as the chef de mission here for Team New Brunswick. Maybe take us through a little bit about what your role is here with the team.
Well, my role is basically leading the team. So we have myself and two chef de mission or assistant chef de missions, and then a mission team. And so we're basically the administrators behind the team. And so we ensure that transportation and accommodations, all those pieces are working well. And we're there to liaison with the host society. So if our coaches, managers identify any issues to us, then we can follow up. And then we have a whole team doing communications and trying to share with our family and friends that are in New Brunswick what's going on. So.
Well, awesome, yeah. Well, so, a pretty big undertaking in itself here, 3,600 participants at the Canada Games. How big of a team do you guys have, outside of the athletes that are there representing New Brunswick? You obviously got a camera guy here with you, Bruce, doing a great job, but a lot of people behind the scenes here too as well, making it happen for you.
Yeah, for Team New Brunswick, we have 22 on our mission staff, and then we have about 70 coaches and managers. That's both weeks, but so a big team that are supporting our athletes.
There on the island, awesome, yeah. So you guys have done a great job so far. This, I don't believe this is your first Canada Games. This is old hat here for you now, is it? How many times have you been over to the Canada Games?
Well, this is my 10th Canada Games. So my first Canada Games was actually in 2003 in Campbellton, Bathurst. So I've been playing around in this environment for a little while.
Awesome. So the experience so far here in PEI, what's it been like for the athletes, the excitement, the environment that you've got to experience here with the athletes so far?
It's been great. The venues have been good. The competition's been great. The volunteers and the organization of it has run really smoothly. You're always a little scared to say that out too loud, but everything's going well. The people are welcoming. There's volunteers everywhere. So the minute you even think of a question, there's somebody there to mention it. And of course, we have our speed skaters in Halifax this week. And they're doing great, long track. And then next week we'll be at Crab with our alpine skiers. There's obviously some action happening there now with freestyle, but we unfortunately don't have a freestyle team. But there's action happening back at home.
Yeah, sounds like it's action's happening everywhere. Next couple of weeks is going to be busy. Like I said, 174 events, at the Canada Games itself. Are there any sort of games or events that sort of stand out for you that you enjoy attending?
Well, I'm an alpine skier, so of course alpine skiing is close to my heart. But I think our table tennis coming back. The last times we had a team as Team New Brunswick was 20 years ago, actually. And so it's been great to see them come back for us. And they're a young team, and they've really caught the attention of a lot of people because, the boys and the girls are quite young. And so they're having a great time. I was able to get out to karate today, which is a new sport at Canada Games. So that's been great as well. And there's just all the athletes, whether they're winning or losing, it's fantastic to be able to go watch them compete.
No, for sure. And like you said, there has been some success here as well on the New Brunswick side. I believe we brought home a gold medal here already. So are you able to speak to that a little bit?
Yes, absolutely. So 2 nights ago with trampoline, You kind of lose track of days here. Both Dexter and Eric coming home with a gold medal. So that was pretty exciting to be there. I was lucky to be there and see them actually compete. And so Dexter's actually competing later tonight in the individual trampoline. So anxious to see how he makes out as well.
Well, so possibly for another medal here coming home after
Never know.
After this competition. So, like you said, a great event here on all levels. Actually, we're going to be talking to coach of the karate team, Randy Ricks, here later in the show.
Excellent.
Like you said, seems like it's been a great turnout here in Prince Edward Island and a great event here for the New Brunswick athletes. So, a big congratulations to you for putting on a great, helping out here with a great event and representing New Brunswick at the Canada Games.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We've got a great team behind us, so it's not a one person show, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. Actually, for any people looking to be able to stream or view some of the events, what's the best way for them to view remotely here from New Brunswick?
There's lots of live streaming. So on canadagames.ca/watch, you can actually stream a lot of the sports. And so it's a great way if you're not here. We have a lot of New Brunswick spectators here and family, and it's great for the athletes, but you can watch from home as well.
That's great. I'm sure some New Brunswickers will love to tune in and cheer on their hometown athletes here. So again, appreciate the time and best of luck the rest of the way.
Great. Thank you. My pleasure.
Thanks, Nicole. All right, sports fans, big things happening here for the province. Our best athletes over on Prince Edward Island this week competing in the 2023 Canada Games, and very pleased to be joined by the head coach for the karate team here representing New Brunswick at the Canada Games, Randy Ricks. Randy, welcome to the show.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, doing great, doing great. Appreciate you taking some time for us here on the lovely campuses here of UPEI and working in some time here.
The bed is not made.
Just like university, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but like I said, you're over there competing with the New Brunswick karate team, and you guys have some events here on the island this week. Maybe tell us a little bit about the team that you brought over here to represent the province at the Canada Games.
Yeah, absolutely. So we brought a team of 5 athletes from across New Brunswick. We have them, athletes from St. John area, Oromocto, Moncton, so kind of all over. We're very, very happy to be here for the first time. It's the first time that karate has been in the Canada Games, so super excited.
Yeah.
And we've actually finished competing, so tomorrow's a free day for us. So we'll be just cheering on the other athletes.
Nice. Well, that's I guess in part, what makes the Canada Games great is getting to experience sort of all the events and sort of competing and bringing the province together and competing as a unit. It must be different, coaching where a lot of sort of karate, I'm assuming the athletes would have some of their own coaching in their own cities, sort of thing. Like, how is it for you as a coach bringing athletes together or competitors together that may have their own coach from their own dojo or whatnot, and then sort of being the overall coach for them here for the team for the couple weeks here that you're in the PEI?
Well, sure. So we work very well together with the other dojo heads, and I'm the head coach for Karate New Brunswick. So all of those athletes are on the New Brunswick provincial team, and we traveled to Newfoundland last year for the nationals, and we're preparing for Quebec in July for nationals. So we know each other. I know all of the dojo heads, and yeah, it's a great collaboration, and an event like this brings the energy level up another notch. So
yeah. And like you said, first time in the Canada Games here for karate. You've been in karate here for a number of years, like you said, head of Karate New Brunswick. Tell us a little bit about your background and sort of how you got started in the sport and sort of what you've been doing here at the coaching level.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I started karate in PEI. I'm originally from PEI, and started when I was about 15. Competed competitively at the national level, a few international type tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Finished competing around 2004, And that is the year that I moved to New Brunswick. Met up with Kate Campbell at the New Maryland Karate Club. Kate and I worked together for a very long time. She had a lot of success, and we're very proud of her for sure. And along the way, as she improved, I improved as a coach, and I guess, we added more athletes to the roster. They started coming in from from Moncton and St. John, and pretty soon we had a pretty good sized team in New Brunswick, and started bringing home some hardware at the national level. So.
As well, eh? And I guess you're sort of the head coach here for the team with the Canada Games. You have some other members on the coaching staff as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So Hillary Pond, she's assisting me coach at the Canada Games here, which is great because I actually coach Hillary as well. Hillary's on the national team. She's reigning national champion. So. Just having her present here is great for the athletes. They're with somebody that's maybe more active and not as old as me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like you said, I'm sure it's a busy couple weeks over there for you on the island. With that, like you said, some of the events that you guys have done, bringing in people to the club. How many times a week do you really have time to train with these young competitors and really get them ready here to compete at national level and Canada Games level?
Yeah, sure. Well, we were meeting at the Kennebecasis Valley, the KV Karate Club in Quispam, and we were ramping that up to about once a week. But the athletes themselves are all at their own individual dojos and have their own program. So they were training of 6, even 7 days a week, a combination of strength and conditioning and just pure karate. Tactics and technique and things like that.
Wow, so it's a big commitment on their part, and obviously to compete at the highest levels here, they're going up against the best. Is this a point system when they're competing, or is it? It's not like blood sport sort of thing. Like you're actually padded up and you get rewarded for points here in technique.
Yeah, absolutely. So you get awarded points. There's points for punches, kicks to the head are worth more. Kicks to the body are worth 2 points. It's I would really encourage someone to come out and check it out. Yeah. One thing I did notice that when we're just being here is karate is part of the Canada Games. And there's a lot of people that may have never seen karate before. I saw them in the crowd, and a lot of the fans or parents were helping them understand the rules. But you could really see them getting into it and enjoying, like, watching some of these athletes are so fast. Yeah. So I saw a lot of people that had never seen karate before, and they really, really enjoyed it. So.
Awesome. Yeah, like I said, it's an exciting sport. I'm sure, like you said, a lot of athletes are watching and supporting their fellow provincial athletes and competing here at the games. Yeah. Is there a level or anything, like, for the athletes going into it? Do they have to have a certain belt level or anything like that to be able to compete, or you can have them in any weight class, or are there any sort of levels that you do?
Yeah. So there was there was 3 different weight classes. So three weight classes for guys and 3 for girls, and then there was male, female kata, which is a different discipline.
Yep.
So you didn't have to have a certain belt level, but each provincial organization would have their own criteria for selecting the team. But the only criteria, well, there's a list of criteria, obviously, but one of them is the age category. You had to be 16 or 17 years old.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So they would have had to go, if it's similar to New Brunswick, I'm not familiar with what other provinces did, but in our case, there's certain criteria. You would have had to go to some qualification events, such as the Nationals, the Atlantic Championships, and things like that, and collect points and see who gets to go.
Gotcha, Oz. Well, that's, like you said, an exciting sport, exciting event to be featured here at the Canada Games. So, happy that you guys are having great success over there, and the work that you guys have put into putting the team together to represent the province. So, all the best the rest of the time over there, and like I said, look forward to seeing you on I guess, streaming here where people can tune in and actually catch the Canada games. So be sure to keep an eye out for the karate team and tune in and check it out.
Thank you. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you very much. We'll be there tomorrow. Check it out.
Awesome. Thanks, Randy. All right, sports fans, big event coming up here in PEI. Canada Games happening February 18th to March 5th on the island. And we're going to be chatting with one of those athletes representing New Brunswick here in the boxing ring, hailing from Moncton. In the 16-year-old category, we were chatting with the one and only Miss Lily Brown. Lily, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Appreciate you taking some time here for us to chat a little boxing here. I know you're in the midst and throes here of training, getting ready for the Canada Games, making some time for us. But really wanted to find out, what sort of got you into boxing in the first place here?
Well, when I was younger, my mom thought she wanted to start boxing, and she thought it'd be a good idea for me and my older sister to join as well. And we did, and we've loved it ever since.
So she got you going early. What did your mom box as well, professionally or amateur?
A little bit amateur when she was younger, like in her teen years, and then joined back in her 30s.
Okay. So training out of Moncton, what gym are you training out of?
I'm training at a Fists, Moncton.
Okay, so that's the Dwarons?
Yes, Ray Dorian.
Oh, very nice. So learning from the best. What's some of the funnest parts for you in terms of going to training and sort of learning technique, conditioning, and sort of the sport of boxing, the science of boxing?
Well, I guess the funnest part is the people. Everyone is so respectful and really nice, and is always up for helping everyone.
Oh, nice. How many other girls or females are competing or that you train with here at the gym?
Well, I train with my mom, and there's two other young girls. There is Claudia, and then there is Rachel. Okay. They're both super sweet. They're pretty talented. They haven't had any fights, but I think they're looking for some.
Yep. Is it good to be sweet when you're in the ring?
I mean, I'd like to think so. I mean, good thing to be nice to everyone.
Yeah.
Here in the ring, it's a little bit of a different story, but
yeah.
Nice.
So have you had any fights in your career yet, amateur, leading into the Canada Games here?
Yes, I have. I've had 7 fights.
Oh, really? Okay. Excellent. They've been local, or have you traveled around the Maritimes here a little bit?
Around the Maritimes a little bit. Usually either in New Brunswick or Nova Scotia. Okay. So, yeah.
Excellent. So what are you doing to prepare, I guess, get ready here for a big opportunity here to represent the province here at the Canada Games?
Just a lot of intense training.
Mm-hmm.
I go down to St. John once a week because that's where the rest of Team New Brunswick trains. When I'm down there, I train with Aubrey McLeod and Joe Blanchard. Mm-hmm. And then when I'm in Moncton, Aubrey will come down to help me train here, and then also Ray.
Excellent. Maybe take us through a little bit of what a training session looks like, or a workout in the day of Lily, what you're doing here to get ready for your boxing experience here on the island.
Well, I do a lot of cardio, a lot of running. I do a lot of skipping, shadow boxing, heavy bag, and a lot of one-on-one training with Aubrey, and a lot of sparring.
Gotcha. Okay. And you got to fit all this in now. Obviously, assuming you're still going to school, this is sort of after school and on the weekends. How do you sort of fit that in or work that into your busy schedule?
I just do it as often as I can, train as much as I can. Obviously, school is very important. I take it very seriously. So I just try and train about 4 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week, just whenever I'm able to.
Nice. What do you find rewarding, or what do you enjoy about boxing or being in the ring the most?
I guess it's just kind of a big adrenaline rush. And when you win, it's awesome because everyone's cheering and it's just really nice. And even if you lose, you learn so much from every single fight you compete in.
Do you guys do a lot of like film work as well? Do you sort of break down fights or tendencies from other fighters, or is it pretty much your conditioning and your training and looking to go in and fight your own fight?
Right now I typically just do conditioning and training and then go in and fight my own fight. But I do know a lot of fighters will break down and analyze a lot of other videos.
Okay. Do you have a certain style when you get in the ring? Are you in there throwing bombs and haymakers, or are you bobbing and weaving a little bit, or you got a little style to your game?
I like to try and move around, so I try not to throw haymakers too often because you get pretty slow and tired if you do that too much.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to run out of gas in the first round for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you most looking forward to with the opportunity to go to the Canada Games and represent the province?
I just think it's an awesome opportunity to try and get some more girls into the sport. This is the first time girls are allowed to compete in boxing for the Canada Games. So I'm hoping me and Tessa, who's the other girl that's going, can just represent and do a good job and do the best we can. And if we win, that'd be awesome.
Wow. So are you recruiting some other, some of your friends at school or that you know from growing up to maybe come to the gym with you and try it out and maybe get in the ring and spar a little bit?
I tried to get a few friends to come. They tried. Some of them liked it. Some of them, it wasn't much their thing. They prefer more non like combat sports. So some people love it. Sometimes it's just not for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything you would say to some of your friends or some girls that, maybe interested in trying the sport, but maybe you're a little shy or nervous in doing it? Like you said, you've seemed to be quite accustomed to it. Is there any advice you'd give to people looking to possibly try it out?
I'd say totally come down to FIS or any boxing gym. Everyone is super polite, always open to help each other out and give each other tips. At my gym, there are a few girls, and if you feel uncomfortable because it's a male-dominated sport, just know that there's always going to be a girl at the gym because I'm there every time it's open, and if you wanted help, you could totally come ask me.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Like I said, open invitation right there to anybody that wants to go out and try out the great science of boxing. So I want to take this time to wish you all the best here in Charlottetown and PEI for the Canada Games. And hopefully we look forward to seeing you on some cards here and some bouts in the future here in the province.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, a big thank you to Lily for taking some time here for us. All the best at the Canada Games. Still lots of stuff going on here locally and abroad. Hey, some news out of Halifax. Halifax Mooseheads have been sold. Owner Bobby Smith, owner of the team for 20 years, putting the team, selling the team to Sam Simon, businessman out of Michigan. Apparently has a few dollars here to purchase the team. A good time to sell. Mooseheads near the top of the standings here in the Quebec League, obviously with a solid chance to make a long run here in the playoffs. So a bit of an end of an era. Bobby Smith, 65 years old, living in Arizona. Basically was made an offer he couldn't refuse and parted ways with the Mooseheads, but a great job of bringing the Mooseheads to life after the departure of the Halifax Citadels and the AHL out of the Metro Center here back in the early 90s. So great job by Mr. Smith with that Moosehead franchise. Day-to-day operations likely not to change, but just a new ownership group in place there for the Mooseheads. Something to keep an eye on as well. Hey, university hockey heating up, playoffs, some great hockey. The University of Moncton Blue Eagles might be considered an upset, but advancing past the University of Prince Edward Island to match up here with UNB coming up. St. Mary's and Acadia are going to be playing off in the other bracket. But some good hockey coming up here. You're going to have a chance to catch it February 24th and 25th at the Aiken Center in Fredericton. Then series moving to Moncton after that for February 28th and March 1st if needed. Best 3 out of 5. Going to be some great hockey, great series. A big thank you to everybody for joining us here today on the show. To Nicole, to Randy, to Lily, all representing the province here at the Canada Games. Best of luck next week. And like I said, you know where to catch us. We'll be right back here on Across the Line on Rogers TV. See you then.